Run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down now, it's Grant. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And this one is right down the middle. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
On the set.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Slay. Check.
Look, squeeze.
Check.
Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Greystone travel.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Hey, Alpha.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Buzz.
You go tight. You got tight right there.
Looking to throw. Eason. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Grant. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
Check. 2 times. 3.
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
They'll try to throw now. Mariota eluding the pressure right. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Mariota. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal the last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
You.
X3, 218, chopper.
Whip.
5.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Let's see what you got.
2nd and 1. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
At the 42-yard line. Check 3. No. Off. Watch the safety creep.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
On the ready.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, come on, Jack!
61, matchbox lights. Hey, zoom.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Coming!
Snap.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Trying to lay one up deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. 6-0 our score after 1. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They will run with Grant. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mariota to throw it. Trying to improvise. And now he's going to use his legs. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Now a give, right side. Grant. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Let's go.
Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Mariota. And the catch made by Hilton. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they're dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in, your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A little flare, flare.
Yes.
Gonna give this time to the tailback.
It's our time.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Now watch one. Check. Crunch.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
Get it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The tackle made at the 44. That's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 2.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Our time. It's our time. Watch the edge. Hey, alert 3. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 50.
Blue jaw corker.
Watch the run. They're running it.
Kill. Mike 54.
Don't get nervous.
Check hot route. Hot.
Go.
My guy, on me.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Eason. He He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 24-yard line.
Go!
Be ready!
And they give this time to the tailback. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey!
And 58 is the Mike. Go 58 is the Mike. Hey, tight.
Hey, rock it. Let's go.
From the gun, Eason. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Boswell's kick is good. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go play action. Mariota. Flushed out right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
and I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
So you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Greystone travel.
Lucky. Check 52.
Now they try the right side here. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, Charlie!
Getting some penetration.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Right there.
Ready?
To throw on 2nd down. Eason going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete, but you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
Now!
Motion. Reset. Big edge.
Hit it!
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the boot.
Go out!
Alert 3.
Out.
Hey! Bravo! Get it!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Exit. Go!
Throwing on 1st down. Eason complete to Washington. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Go! 49. Check 45.
On 1st down, Eason. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
On the ball! Go!
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. First and 10.
Look at me. Zipper.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Leo.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. First and 15 following the delay of game.
Go.
You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Look at me. Go. Now.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. From 13 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They go back to Grant. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Mariota from the gun on third down. He's got it to Hilton. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're snapped football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
They didn't get the first. Down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the third phase, but you see here it can be the first phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check 37. Check 37.
Chopper!
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Bam! Hey!
Together, defense. Let's get it together.
Ready?
And to give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
22 jet bomber.
Check tight end. Check tight. Watch that.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Greystone, Travis.
Check.
Yep.
Now they try the right side here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. On first down, it's Grant, and only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
52's the line. Rip right.
3.
From the 27, Mariota. Complete to Hilton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now a give, right side, Grant. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be second and goal.
Second and goal at the 12-yard line.
Like me, where are they, team?
Double time. Hey,
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Walker gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players than football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Check.
X3, 218, chopper. Hey, Delta.
58 is the mic. 58 is the mic. Watch the run. 58.
Looking to throw. Eason. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Check.
Tighten up. 6-6, pull it high. Let's go.
On 4th down, Eason. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Justin Houston. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Let's go.
One. 3.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Mike 54.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 18-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Grant. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Charles, defensively, 1 timeout left. Do you use it here, or do you let it roll to the 2-minute warning?
I would use it here because you're going to get the 2-minute warning stoppage as well. and then that means you have to snap the ball again. Something could happen. Something could go awry. You could get the ball back. I wouldn't let it run.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Now a give, right side. Grant. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Justin Houston in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The 20. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point put through by Boswell. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They are in the 4th in Buffalo. And now the Redskins, they've opened up a 2-touchdown lead there. A victory there would mean their 6th on the year. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed You know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal. Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for the Colts, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.